Hi everybody, welcome to my Big Tidy Up. My name's DeDe. Thanks for checking out my channel today. Now today, here's what I got on the menu. Today, it is a project day and it's gonna be a bit of a doozy. I am headed into the laundry room, into our makeshift pantry to give it a makeover. Now I went back and looked and it has been 3 years since I made over that pantry, and I've been in there a time or two since then and tweaked it just a little bit, but today it's not just tweaking it a little bit. I'm giving it a full makeover. I'm going to be wiping everything down. I'm going to be reorganizing, moving things, maybe adding some different categories, some different containers to try to keep myself a little bit more organized and get a better system where I can see things and access things just a little bit better. And here's the thing, when I show you the pantry, it's not going to look real great, but not only is the pantry the problem, it's everything outside the pantry, because I've done a couple of grocery hauls and everything is just stacked up there because I really didn't want to put it in because I wasn't sure where to put it and I knew I was going to be rearranging everything. So needless to say, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that needs restocked and refilled, and it's probably not that great a thing because I don't have a lot of room to work now because I've got all this food and stuff stacked up. But we're just going to press on and we're just going to get in there and get it taken care of today. So without any further ado, let's roll our sleeves up, let's head into that pantry, and let's go get it tidy. Okay, friends, here's what I'm working with today. Now, I've got all of these items here, and some are from Sam's, some are from Costco, some are from Walmart. But really what we did, we just unloaded everything and dropped it right here. And some of these things will go to the kitchen or other places, but at that time, it was just quicker and easier. And I told my husband, let's just drop it here. I will sort it later because I don't know where everything's going, but most everything on this side is going over here to the makeshift pantry. Now, this makeshift pantry has really worked out really well, especially since I don't have an official pantry in the kitchen. It has been a good solution. Now, the top part of it, it's worked well. I've got these expandable shelves. I've got another little shelving set right here, and it has worked well, so I probably won't be changing it that much, but everything else, it's up for grabs. Because quite truthfully, the further down you go, I don't know if it's because I get lazier or I have to bend over or I just kind of pitch things that are right in front of me, it gets worse. And this right here, this doesn't even belong here. This needs to go up to the quiet coffee room in that closet. But as you can see, I've got some restocking to do. I'm low on canned goods, but I didn't want to fill it because I wasn't even sure I was going to keep that there. And then over here in the corner, I keep a few extra holiday dishes. Those have been out. Now, I do keep these onions right here. And you guys remember when I burn up that little container in the dishwasher and the lid warped? Well, it's been perfect for my onions. So that may be the only thing good that came out of that little disaster in the dishwasher. But all of this needs taken out. And I hate to even show y'all this, but it's dirty back over here. So first things first, I'm just going to take and unload everything. I'm going to start from top to bottom, and I'm just going to take it all out, clean it all up, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to put it all back together. Now, initially, I had not planned on wiping down the walls. I was just going to wipe down the actual shelving, especially since I've got to like contort myself and be Houdini to get up in here. But since I had the step stool out, I decided just to go ahead, clean the walls too, because who knows, it may be a year or two before I get back up here. Now, although I have been putting off this project for way too long, I am so glad to be doing it today. For me, the hardest part of doing most any project is just getting it started. I think it's because I know when I do a project, a lot of times it's got to get worse before it gets better, and I just don't want to deal with the worst part, I guess. But the thing is, I have other things I want to tackle in the new year, and I feel like this was kind of hanging over my head, and I just wanted to get it done. And I did hate the fact that I had stuff on the floor from Costco and Walmart stacked up, but I know if I had put it up, it just would have been more for me to take back out. And honestly, seeing everything stacked up was like a big sticky note reminding me, DeDe, get in there and get that pantry done. And here it is, that worst part in quotations I was just talking about, but it has been cleaned from top to bottom, walls included. And now I'm just trying to rethink about how I'm going to organize it. And for me, I am a container person. And by that, I mean, usually if I have a container for something, I tend to keep true to the container and I don't let it overflow. But I know not everybody's mind works that way. But usually for me, containers work well. Now, do I think you can have a great organized pantry without using containers? Absolutely. But I like the look of a pantry with some sort of containers. And if I like the way something looks and it makes me happy to look at it, I usually keep it organized and keep it the way that I set it up. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Well, I've headed up to my tidy up closet to look for containers. Now, I do love a Lazy Susan. You guys know that, so I'll probably grab them, but I'm not sure if it's going to work out for me to use them or not. And I've already got some of these same home edit containers already in the pantry, so I'm probably going to grab them and anything else I can scrounge up. Right now, I am just messing with ideas. I still have no idea how I'm going to set it up. I thought about making it symmetrical and putting a Lazy Susan on each end at the top. And I've got these that go across, and I've got room for one more, but they also are stackable. So I was thinking maybe I could stack them and keep something on the bottom that I don't use very often. That could be an option, but I'm thinking I'm going to be constantly taking a box off just to put it back. Now, one thing I am going to do over here, I've got that can organizer, and I'm going to use the can organizer no matter what. But instead of having it on this middle shelf, I'm going to move it one level down because it's been a problem area, and I still think I could have the can organizer here. It'd still be easy just to put my hand in, grab a can, but I have proven the lower it gets, the least organized I get, and obviously I can't be trusted with the lower shelves, so I'm going to organize my lower shelves in a different way. Well, I'm getting closer, but I'm still working on it. And I really did want it to be symmetrical, which is why I put the white shelf in the middle. Yes, because I am that wackadoodle. But when I do that, I just have a little space on each end and I can't really do much with that. So I think I'm just going to put it back how I had it with the two gray shelves together and the white on the end. Because for me to get that extra space, I'm just going to have to slide it over and the white wouldn't end up in the middle anyway. So I'm just going to be, frozen and let it go. Before I loaded anything, I really thought about what we use the most, and I wanted to make sure I had enough containers and that each container could be its own category. And truthfully, I really only wanted to load the containers once and not have to move them around after they were full, which is why I did the sticky notes. I knew it would save me time at the end. Now, I'm still not sure if I'm going to use both of these Lazy Susans, but I do have both of my hanging baskets right where I want them. I've got these two big containers designated for snacks, and don't judge. And the thing is, I had one of these down here, and then it dawned on me, you've got 3 more up in your bedroom closet. And if you guys have been with me a while, remember I put all of my jeans in here? Well, I'm going to take these other containers, and I can put my jeans in those, but I love the fact that I've got 4 that match, and I can find other containers for jeans later on. Today, it's all about the pantry, so it's time to load it up, and then I'll see once I get it all loaded up about getting everything labeled. Now, by the time I get done today, I know this pantry will look very full, but it will need to be full because we really won't be buying any groceries for a while. And I mentioned in a previous video that several years ago, my husband and I decided that we would not grocery shop in the month of January. We would be creative, we would utilize our pantry items, we'd go through our freezer, and it's actually been quite fun and sometimes a challenge. And I don't even know what made us decide to do it. I don't even remember the conversation. I just know we started. Now, I do know I have a lot of snacks that I'm going to have to find a way to contain in 2 containers, but it has been the holiday season, and we tend to have snacks a little bit more during the holidays. And since we won't be buying any snacks in January, I do think we'll whittle this supply down just a little bit. Now, we used to keep our snacks in a different place. We used to keep them in the bottom of the coffee bar, which is really right between the kitchen and the den where we would watch a lot of television. But moving them out here to this makeshift pantry/laundry room has been much better for us. I mean, we still eat snacks, but it does take us longer to access them now, so it isn't such of an impulse grab. Now, while I've been reorganizing and restocking this pantry, I have been going through and checking all of the expiration dates. To me, it's the perfect time to do it because you've got to touch everything anyway. You might as well just flip it over and make sure that the dates are good. And no, friends, I did not check the dates on my snacks. And why, you ask? Well, it's because I don't think I've ever had a snack expire. I am going to put this black shelving back in, and I wish I could turn it horizontally where it could slide back and fit a little bit more snugly, almost making it look like it's a built-in, but it is what it is. It's sturdy shelving, it's in great condition, And I can't justify getting a different one just because I could turn it horizontally and make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I'm just not going to do it. It is what it is. Well, everything is loaded. I am so happy with how it's looking. I like all of my categories, so I do want to go ahead and add some labels. And what I think is going to work best is to continue on with the style that I have here in my actual kitchen. And I say that for a couple of reasons. One, I actually like the style of label with the black oval background and the white print. It's just easier for me to see. And the second reason is I want to go with the same style. That way, if I ever decide to switch things up, not that I see myself doing that, but let's say that I want to switch things out and maybe take all of my baking items out of the kitchen and move them to the pantry, it's still going to look cohesive. So if I get a wild hair, decide to switch things up, I have the same look throughout all of my areas. Just a quick vacuum and I am done. It feels so good to have everything off of the floor. That is probably one of my biggest pet peeves, is to have stuff on the floor that I have to navigate around.
Kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world. And tonight is our playground, we are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world. Kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world. And tonight is our playground, we are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we
Well, Tidy Uppers, that's a wrap for today. The pantry is done, yay! And I love how it turned out, and it makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm leaving 2024 organized, at least in the pantry. I sure do appreciate you being here. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. But until I do, stay tidy.